1.
Right now at 6, a community is trying to spread a message of diversity and acceptance as it works toward moving past a controversial prom photo.
Another man is arrested after a shooting at a Madison strip club. Why community leaders in that area are calling the incident the icing on the cake.
City and state leaders are stepping up to help Wisconsin business owners still dealing with this summer's historic flooding.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. The school district of Baraboo is taking safety precautions after 2 anti-Semitic incidents this week. But officials say they do not believe the threats are credible, and events scheduled for next week will go on as planned.
News 3's Rose Schmidt is joining us now to tell us about the message the school is hoping to spread here. Rose.
That's right. The district is inviting community members and students next week to hear presentations and speeches about diversity in hopes of healing together. This comes after that controversial prom photo and the latest incidents, anti-Semitic flyers, and a hateful video circulating online this week. Police have opened up a criminal investigation into both of those incidents. Meanwhile, local Muslim activist Masood Akhtar approached Baraboo school district officials a few weeks ago with an idea for creating the Baraboo Acts program, and says school officials are all trying to learn from these incidents.
They were not looking at the incident that happened as a challenge. They were looking at that as an opportunity to actually figure this out and how we can work together to address these kinds of issues moving forward.
Masood invited members of the nonprofit called Serve to Unite to come to Baraboo next Monday to share their story. One of the members is the son of a Sikh temple shooting victim, and another is a former white supremacist. They travel around the country spreading messages of love and tolerance. The next week, students will also have the opportunity to hear from Holocaust survivors. And on Tuesday, the school district is planning a day of peace to talk about civil rights and anti-Semitism.
All right. Rose Schmidt reporting tonight. Rose, thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Another man is arrested in connection to a Madison nightclub shooting. Detectives believe 29-year-old Spencer Jackson pulled out a gun but did not fire the weapon. Following last Sunday's shooting, the alder for that district believes alcohol is the root of much of the violence that he's seen around the area in recent years and is working to get Vision Nightclub's liquor license revoked. He says he's going to make a proposal to revoke the license at a city council meeting in January. He also told us there is a citizens petition going around in support of revoking the liquor license.
This particular incident last weekend is just sort of the icing on the cake because licenses are called for review if there are 2 or 3 police incidents where police are called in on disturbances, fights, and so on. This has more than a dozen in less than a year.
Aaron said he believes there will be some opposition to revoking the license from Vision's nightclub attorneys, but feels confident that if the license is revoked, it could shut down the club, something that Aaron's is in support of. Madison police say a stranger approached an 11-year-old boy walking home from school. The boy told police he was walking along Tocora Lane near Seago Road when a man driving by rolled down his window and asked the boy where he lived. Madison police are still investigating the incident.
Well, if you like things a little warmer, Gary has a forecast you might really enjoy. He's on the backyard patio, and he has a look at our first alert forecast. Gary?
Well, it doesn't bode well for a white Christmas around here because temperatures will be above freezing every day for at least the next week or so. But precipitation right now moving into southern Wisconsin actually is in a liquid form. We've got some light showers down south of Monroe and south of Janesville. These may turn into light snow showers or maybe a little bit of light freezing rain as temperatures drop to around freezing or a little bit below over southeastern Wisconsin. Some snow showers up in northern Wisconsin should stay to the north of our area. Low temperatures this morning started out in the upper teens to the lower 20s here in Madison. We dropped to 19, but high temperatures were in the upper 30s to the lower 40s. Madison topped out at 39, but Janesville hit 43, Milwaukee 42, Platteville was 42 as well. And current temperatures are still in the mid to upper 30s over much of southern Wisconsin, although temperatures are starting to drop to around freezing around Waukesha. To the north, temperatures closer to the freezing mark. By tomorrow morning, those temperatures will be in the upper 20s. Any light snow, rain, or freezing rain will end shortly after midnight, and then we'll just look for sunny skies for tomorrow. Our high temperature topping out at 39 degrees. That's your First Alert forecast.
Gary, thank you. It has been months since our area's historic flooding, but some businesses are still struggling to stay afloat. Our Keely Arthur shares how city and state leaders are stepping up to help. Keely?
Well, Eric, the seasons have changed, the water's dried up, but some damage remains for businesses. There's now hope, though. Today, economic development agencies announced zero-interest loans for local businesses.
We just celebrated 15 years.
For almost all those years, Haven Spa was located off Whitney Way, bringing peace and tranquility to Madison's west side. That is until August 20th, when record rainfall hit many parts of the state, including parts of Madison and Christine Ram's business.
Not only were we on the lower level, but we were, there was a hill above us, so basically flooded the entire area.
Reeling from the shock of losing almost everything, spa owner Christine Ram knew if she wanted to keep her business afloat, she would have to move fast. She picked up the few undamaged pieces and moved to a location, luckily on higher ground over on Grand Canyon Avenue.
We moved over here in 8 days, so we were essentially working with plumbers and painters and electricians and stuff, so the bills really did add up.
To the tune of $17,000. At a major low point, Ram was lifted up by the Economic Development Agency Madison rep and the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation known as WISC, which provided her with a $15,000 interest-free loan.
It was amazing how much that helped.
Today, the groups publicly announced that 9 other businesses also received interest-free loans, and they plan to give even more.
I want to make it clear that we still have additional funds to loan out. So if your business was negatively impacted by the weather events in August and September of this year, please contact MadRep.
Ram says although Madison and other areas were hit so hard, she believes only a community like this could help her build back up.
I know Madison really did pull through, the city of Madison, to really help all of us as a whole.
And this generosity goes beyond Madison. Businesses in Oxford, Mount Horeb, Middleton, Fond du Lac, and Montello have also received those loans.
Keely Arthur in studio with us tonight. Keely, thank you.
Kimberly Clark will receive $28 million over 5 years from the state. It's part of a deal Governor Walker reached with the company to save nearly 400 jobs. The deal was reached under powers the governor currently has, but those powers would be taken away under a bill Republicans passed in a lame duck session last week. Governor Walker called for the bills from the legislature today, meaning he has 6 days to take action on them. The deal with Kimberly Clark was made through the state's job creation agency. Under the lame duck bill, the legislature, not the governor, would have to approve of such deals in the future.
Now it's about keeping the footprint of Kimberly Clark here, which in and of itself is pretty doggone important. I mean, I think about Kimberly Clark, I think about Kohler, I think of Oshkosh Corporation, I think these are companies that are literally the namesakes of communities, but more importantly, the people are interwoven into those communities.
Under the deal, Kimberly Clark will have to keep more than 400 jobs with an annual payroll of over $30 million. The governor says Kimberly Clark will also invest up to $200 million at the plant over the next 5 years. Governor-elect Tony Evers is responding to the Kimberly Clark announcement. Evers believes a long-term industry-wide solution is needed for the challenges facing the paper industry. He also touched on why he is asking Governor Walker to veto the lame duck legislation. Evers spent time in Washington, D.C. today. President Trump invited him and other incoming governors to the White House. The group also met with cabinet members as part of a White House outreach effort. Outgoing House Speaker Paul Ryan will be giving his farewell speech next week. It will take place next Wednesday at noon at the Library of Congress. Speaker Ryan is from Janesville. After spending 20 years in Congress, he decided against West, seeking re-election this year.
Well, most people know very little about how their health insurance works until it's time to use it.
We're digging into how well companies could protect us when we need them the most, and that is a real question for Bethany Kelly. Doctors diagnosed her with a pineal tumor in the center of her brain, one that's caused symptoms like memory loss, trouble saying the right words, or even remembering her kids' names. The longer the tumor is there, the worse those symptoms might become. But she says her insurance company won't pay for an out-of-network surgeon to operate on her when no one in-network will.
I feel like if you can change a situation, you can change the quality of life for somebody, and you're choosing not to. It's frustrating.
Coming up tonight on News 3 at 10, we're taking a closer look at what you need to know about your own health insurance when it comes to coverage during a serious illness or diagnosis. Our Leah Linscheid will have that story tonight at 10. But coming up tonight at 6, a proposal by the FCC could mean trouble for public television stations in Wisconsin.
Why some fear it could knock those stations off the air. That's next on News 3 at 6.
Community television stations in Wisconsin could be affected if an FCC proposal becomes law.
JA-TV staff in Janesville say they would be forced off cable entirely. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with what those federal changes would be. Adam?
Well, Eric and Susan, the FCC is currently eyeing a proposal that would force public access TV stations to pay an additional fee to stay on cable, a fee that many say would force them off the air.
Right click.
Editing, filming, and producing.
That's the beauty of public access. You kind of got to be a jack of all trades.
With the sole purpose of giving exposure to what's going on in town.
A more informed society is always going to be a richer, better, and happier place.
For decades now, JA-TV in Janesville has been working to air concerts, city council meetings, church services, and more. But a pending change with the FCC would force the station and other public access stations to pay additional fees to be on cable. Fee station manager Alan Luckett says they can't afford.
We work with so many nonprofits that we don't have a funding source that's going to be able to get us to whatever that might be.
And says over time, a station shutdown could have negative effects on the city.
I think if we take away more the representation of our communities, people will be less involved with their communities. and then you'll start having a disconnect.
And could eliminate the level of community transparency they've been working decades to create.
We're in a society now where there's a lot of fearful people that don't seem to understand what the government's doing. And right now, what we're doing with our channel is a very positive thing in informing our residents on, hey, what we're up to. And if we lose that, it's going to be awful.
Now, this FCC plan is still in the public hearing stages, meaning lawmakers are weighing their options before making a decision. And station manager Alan Luckett says the best thing people can do is to make their voices heard by contacting their local representatives to tell them how they feel about this plan. You can find a link to do just that on our website, channel3000.com.
Adam Duxter live tonight in our Rock County Bureau. Adam, thank you. And next at 6, a local brewery says this is the only beer of its kind in Wisconsin.
Why it's adding CBD to some of its beers and cocktails. That's coming up next at 6.
And we have another light chance of light snow in parts of southern Wisconsin. Gary says nice days are ahead, though. He's got the first alert forecast coming up next. Stay with us. A Madison pub is celebrating the release of a unique beer tonight.
It has CBD in it, and people are flocking to the bar to try it. The Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company's Green Glory CBD APA contains 7 milligrams of CBD, which is believed to provide relief from pain and anxiety. The pub says it is the only beer of its kind in Wisconsin. Participants say the beer has potential.
It tastes really good. It tastes good. You have a little bit of an aftertaste, but it tastes like just an all-American APA, really. I feel like this is going to be a start of a trend that's opening up to a whole new passages.
The Great Dane says there is no THC content in this beer.
If you can stay up for it, a meteor shower is expected to start tonight. You can expect to see upwards of 120 meteors an hour if it is clear enough. This is happening because they say the Earth is passing through some debris left behind by an asteroid. The best time for viewing will be right around 2 a.m. And that leads us to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, who will tell us what the clouds will be like tonight overnight if people are trying to check that thing out, Gary.
That's why I didn't even mention it, because I don't think you're going to have much of a chance of seeing it tonight. Skies will be mostly cloudy, but temperatures will be on the mild side. And looking ahead to Christmas, a lot of people asking, are we going to have a white Christmas this year? We've got very little snow on the ground in the Madison area. Historically, about a 60% chance of seeing at least an inch of snow on the ground here in Madison. That's considered the definition of a white Christmas. Northern parts of the state, about 90% chances. Those chances diminish farther to the south. But what you'd look for would be temperatures near or below normal and for above normal precipitation. Well, take a look at what's going on the next 7 days. Every day, temperature is expected to be above normal, also above freezing as well. So even if you get some snow, it would melt pretty quickly. Tonight, there's a chance for a little bit of light snow south and east of Madison, but with temperatures tomorrow in the 40s, that'll be upper 30s to 40s, that'll be gone. And then some flurry chances toward the end of next week, but still high temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. The 8 to 14 day temperature outlook calls for temperatures to return to near normal, but notice this is from December 21st to 27th. So the first part of that will actually be near or above normal. The latter part just a little bit below normal, so that doesn't help very much. And precipitation expected to be below normal through much of that time period. Weather system on Sunday of next weekend could bring us some light snow or flurries, but whether or not it would be enough to give us a white Christmas really remains to be seen. Tonight, the precipitation in southeastern Wisconsin starting out in the form of raindrops, light snow up to the north, but you can see these light showers might change into a little bit of light snow or light freezing rain before they move on out of here shortly after midnight. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Skies are mostly cloudy tonight, but temperatures have been mild. High today 39 degrees, that's 8 degrees above average. Low temperature of 19, also above normal. And right now we're at 36 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. The air is calm, so no wind chill to speak of. Temperatures are in the 30s through much of the state, already in the upper 20s over northwestern Wisconsin. But you can see on Weather Track a southwesterly wind aloft, bringing moisture up from the south, but temperatures near the ground are still right around freezing or a little bit above. Eventually they'll drop a little bit below freezing later on tonight, but you can see the jet stream, a little bit of a wiggle here, and then those winds become southwesterly again. So we're going to see another surge of milder Pacific air just in time for the weekend, keeping high temperatures in the lower 40s. This trough of low pressure out to the west originally was a cold front, but the air on either side of it really about the same temperature, not much of a temperature drop off. So we're just calling it a trough of low pressure. To the south, temperatures in the 40s as far north as Chicago. And on future track, this weather system just kind of sideswipes southeastern Wisconsin, moves on out of here. Look at the sunshine returning for tomorrow and for Saturday and Sunday as well, as this weather system will stay to our south, and that will allow temperatures to get into the 40s and not bring us any snow chances. Our forecast for tonight, 28 for the overnight low temperature with mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of light snow, maybe mixed in with a little light freezing rain before midnight just southeast of Madison. Tomorrow, though, skies turn sunny. It'll be pleasant with a high temperature of 39. On future track, you can see most of the precipitation just in far southeastern Wisconsin. By morning, skies are clearing out. We're back to sunshine for tomorrow with high temperatures in the upper 30s. Clear skies, quiet conditions for tomorrow night, lows in the mid-20s, and high temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees on Saturday as well. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures lower 40s for Saturday and Sunday, mid-30s for Monday and Tuesday of next week. That's still about 5 degrees above average. Some flurry chances toward the end of next week. Chance of light snow on Sunday would be our best chances for a white Christmas.
If you're basically going home to play in a bowl game, that's good, right? Well, for Brooklyn's Aaron Cruikshank, it wasn't an immediate slam dunk. We'll hear from the Badger freshman in sports. Badger men's basketball team plays Savannah State at the Kohl Center at 7 tonight. Now, you may have heard Savannah State shoots an average of 45 three-point shots a game and is coming off a 139-72 loss to South Dakota State Tuesday. Well, the Badgers should win the game easily, but they want to play a clean game. The loss at Marquette last Saturday was an entertaining game, but a game the Badgers could have played better. They hope to do that tonight.
You know, we won the Rutgers game, but we did a lot of the similar things that we did against Marquette, where we turned the ball over too much, we didn't get offensive rebound. I mean, we didn't block out when we needed to. So it's a lot of things, and we just know that there's nights where we're not going to shoot the ball well, so we have to rely on those things.
The Brewers made a move at the winter meetings today. They picked up left-handed reliever Alex Claudio from the Texas Rangers in exchange for a competitive Round A pick in next year's draft. Claudio was the Rangers' closer for a time, but is known as a durable pitcher who appeared in 66 games last season. Tomorrow night, the Prep Mania Game of the Week features Madison Memorial at Verona in a battle for first place in Big 8 girls basketball. Bill Brophy and I bringing the game live on channel3000.com tomorrow night, 7:15 from Verona. 2 weeks from today, the Badger football team plays Miami in the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Badger freshman wide receiver and return man Aaron Cruikshank grew up in Brooklyn and has played a few high school state championship games at Yankee Stadium and is a lifelong Yankees fan. You can bet Cruikshank is looking forward to going home to play in the Pinstripe Bowl, although he could have been talked into something else, too.
It was like, yes, I'm going home, but then I was like, wait, it's like, I don't want to go home like quite yet. I want to go like somewhere a little warmer. But it was kind of cool though, because now like all my friends could watch me again and play a high school game who can't travel out all the way out here. Growing up, I used to play a game called NCAA where we play with college football teams, but I always played against Wisconsin, but I never chose Wisconsin. So I thought like Green Bay was Wisconsin, so I didn't know.
The Packers and Bears face each other for the 198th time Sunday at noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. They met the first week of the season in Green Bay. The Bears had a 20-0 lead in the third quarter when Aaron Rodgers miraculously returned to the game from an injury and led the Packers to a 24-23 win. Think the Bears remember that? You bet.
We watched some clips from this morning about just getting that sick feeling back, that sting a little bit, and we just want to finish so we don't have that feeling again. So we all want to remember that, and hopefully it just motivates us week to come out, play a little bit harder.
Now the Packers can still make the playoffs if that happens. So
sure, that's simple.
There you go.
All right, Jay, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 at 6.
See you back here tonight at 10, everybody. Have a good night.